Let's bring in criminal defense attorney and federal litigator Vic Bajaj, Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz, and the author of Politics for People Who Hate Politics, Denise Gitsham. Great to have all of you on to kind of give us this. I just want to go down and give you each 30 seconds to give me your thoughts on this. Jason Chaffetz, beginning with you, your thoughts on the debate tonight.
It was wonderful. I give a lot of credit to Gavin Newsom for showing up on Fox News and having a debate. We need more of that in this country, not less. I thought Gavin Newsom dodged a lot of questions. I thought he was asked very direct questions by Sean Hannity and attacked by Ron DeSantis, and he skirted those issues. On abortion, on other types of issues, he did too. I thought Ron DeSantis looked presidential. He wasn't nervous. He took the fight right at the beginning to Gavin Newsom, and I think he'll do well in the polls because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. It was entertaining, Denise, and it had some high moments that you're going to hear over the next couple of weeks.
It most certainly did. And, you know, for those of us who love politics, this was wonderful, right? It was fun, it was feisty, it was everything we love. But for those who hate politics, which is who I wrote my book for, this probably fueled the discontent they feel with two sides, two people talking past each other, feeling more like a schoolyard brawl than an ideological comparison. And I really think tonight DeSantis needed to have a big win. The momentum right now in the primary is all with Nikki Haley in the conversation and what you're seeing after the debates. And I'm not sure that DeSantis landed his points as well as he could have, because basically he opened himself up to a whole new line of attack from the Democrats, in addition to the Republicans that are already going after him. By using Nikki Haley's and Donald Trump's points against him, it was very effective, I thought, on Newsom's part.
Although, Vic Bajaj, I mean, you live in California, so you know we have seen Governor Gavin Newsom debate a lot, and he really did try to avoid a lot of the things that he just quite couldn't answer.
That's right, and I think both of the candidates walk out of this debate thinking they won. They have trial psychosis. They think the verdict is coming back in their favor. There's no doubt about that. And it's very clear that these are really opposed candidates. It's not as though there's a middle ground. Sometimes, Trace, when we have a person or people or entities that disagree, we say, hey, let them just play in the sandbox and they'll work it out. But sometimes we don't want to watch that. And I think it was unpresidential, both of the candidates, the way they attacked each other personally. But on the facts and the substance, I think DeSantis did a masterful job.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I want to kind of go to some of the sound bites now so we can analyze those. Jay, this is soundbite number 4. This is the COVID graphic, this back and forth about who handled COVID better. Watch this.
How do you explain that?
The facts. Per capita death rates
That's what that is.
In the state of Florida were 29%, 29% per capita higher. 29%.
That's not what the stats say right there.
Tens of thousands of people unnecessarily died.
Don't lie about it. He put the graphic up there. Don't lie about it.
And the truth is, Denise, you know, the governor of California did that a lot. There were a lot of graphics. The facts were right there. The numbers were right there. They cited who they were from. And you would have Governor Newsom say, that's not true.
Well, I, too, am a Californian, and I'm actually from the Bay Area. I just happen to be in Washington, D.C. tonight. Okay. And so I have lived under this regime for far too long, and every one of us who lives in California knows that you can't trust anything that comes out of Gavin Newsom's mouth. The problem is, I don't think that DeSantis responded by turning the attack on him and driving those points home as well as he could have. And I kept comparing what he said, DeSantis, how he would respond to Newsom, to how Nikki Haley might respond. I kept thinking, you know, for me, this is a choice between a GOP primary field. And I think that every time DeSantis spoke, I was thinking, is that how Nikki Haley or Donald Trump would have responded? And making my decisions based on that. So there was a lot more at stake than what they talked about.
Interesting. So this is soundbite number 5, Jay. It's lying about the border. 16 seconds. Let's watch.
The Biden administration put out a comprehensive plan day one when he got sworn into office 3 years ago, and the Republican Party didn't touch it. They haven't moved on it.
It's deja vu all over again with that flurry of lies. This is a guy that says the Biden administration is not lying to the public about the border. They go to the White House briefing room every day. They say the border's secure. They are lying to you.
He's right about that. They do say the border is secure, Vic Bajaj, and DeSantis didn't really have, Newsom didn't really have an answer to that because, you know, you can go after the guy, but there's really not an answer because you've got 6.5 million illegal migrants who have crossed over the past 2.5, 3 years.
Absolutely. You know, sometimes in a jury trial, we wear purple ties sometimes when we have bad facts, and maybe he should have done that. He had an answer, Trace, but it was an answer that did not address the question. He would have done a much better job if he said, you know what, yes, those facts are there, but these are the criteria that distinguish those facts. But instead, he's calling the other side a liar. Both can't be lying, and I think once people do their own research, they'll find out who the truth teller is.
And here, Jason, is the attack on the COVID lockdown associated with the French Laundry debacle. Watch.
He's imposed restrictions on his own people while exempting himself from those restrictions and going to the French Laundry while his people were suffering. He led the country in school closures, locking kids out of school while he had his own kids in private school in person. Now, he's very good at spinning these tales. He's good at being slick and slippery. He'll tell a blizzard of lies to be able to try to mask the failures.
Yeah, I mean, Jason, the truth is that, Newsom really didn't tell any lies about that because he was caught red-handed.
He was caught red-handed. I thought throughout the debate, Ron DeSantis was masterful in drawing out personal stories. He did it on multiple topics, and to draw it directly to Gavin Newsom about his own opulence and doing stuff that ingratiated his family as opposed to all the other families. Ron DeSantis was just spot on. People know that Florida was the first state to open, and California was one of the last, and it's crystal clear.
It is crystal clear, and the education scores are so bad in California. He tried to get around that, and they are much better in Florida. 20 seconds each now. I got to go. Denise, who does this help? Who does it hurt?
I honestly think that as good of an effort as DeSantis made tonight, I think he fell short in the eyes of as a GOP presidential contender. I think that a lot of other people can think that he did well compared to one of the slipperiest politicians out there. But at the end of the day, he's the one who's up for consideration as far as who the leader of the next free world will be. And I don't think he nailed it tonight.
Vic Bajaj.
DeSantis did a great job, beyond any shadow of a doubt. Newsom showed exactly why many people don't like politicians. Answer the question and answer it clearly. If you can't do that, you can't get the vote. I think it was just a monumental success for DeSantis across the board.
And the former politician in the group, Jason Chaffetz, your final thoughts?
I thought one of the big winners was Sean Hannity for his ability to get both of them to show up on stage. But I will tell you, I thought it was exponentially off the charts great for Ron DeSantis. I thought he was presidential. I think he will rise in the polls. And I think his stature and his demeanor was just spot on. And Gavin Newsom will win some liberals and some moderates, too, for the fact that he showed up on Fox News and did it.
You got to give him credit for showing up. I mean, he did do that. Vic, Denise, Jason, thank you all.